Hey guys, it's Jen from beautyriotx. I'm really sorry for my lack of videos lately. I haven't been feeling great. That's not news if you've been watching me for a while. So I apologize, and I'm not gonna say my videos are gonna get back on track. I'm going to have blood work done soon because I'm just not feeling great. And until I start feeling great, I'm not gonna promise my videos are gonna be back on track anytime soon. I'm gonna wait to see what my doctor says, what my blood work says, because I just haven't been feeling great and haven't been feeling like filming like I used to. So until I find out what's wrong with me and start feeling 100%, I'm just gonna be filming when I feel like filming because I can't push myself to do this unless I feel like filming. There you go. So fingers crossed I'm not dying and it's something that I can figure out. So without further ado, here we go. I have some new stuff from E.l.f. I have some lip stuff from Kaleidos, and I'm gonna retry the E.l.f. Camo Satin, is that what they are? Satin Hydrating Camo Concealers, because the first time I tried them in the video, I didn't love them. To be honest, I like the regular camo concealers better, oddly enough. I'm gonna try these again though, because maybe, I don't know, I'm gonna try them again. I'm also gonna pull back out my Smith & Colt Veiled Threat Weightless Micro Blurring Foundation. I haven't used this in a while. It's part of my foundation rotation thing I have going on. And I have these new bite-size eyeshadow palettes from E.l.f. And I also have the new E.l.f. Putty Primer pots that they have out. So let's get into this and try some new stuff. All right, so the Putty Eye Primer, I have the shade Cream. I think there's like 5 different shades you can get. This one just seemed right. And I have like a white and like a rose shade and like a bunch of other ones that seemed just a little bit too deep for me. So I'm gonna apply this with my finger. It looks kind of okay. It reminds me of like the MAC paint pots. I didn't love those. They were just too like heavy. I think this might be okay. I always start with this eye. Does anybody else do that? Like they start with a specific eye for some reason? I guess because I'm right-handed. Maybe that's why. I usually use concealer as a base on my eye, and I'll read the claims for this after I apply this. Seems like it is like concealing a little bit. I wonder if it says like to apply it with a brush. I don't like to watch videos for these kind of things beforehand because I like to go in kind of blind just to make sure I'm not doing it right. All right, let's read a little bit about this. It did seem to like conceal a little bit. All right, on Ulta's website, it has 3 out of 5 stars already, but it's only 12 reviews, so. How to use. Apply to your eyelids with a brush or fingertips. Wear alone for a tint of color or apply shadow. For a vibrant, long-wearing look. It says amp up your eyeshadow looks with this color, intensifying eye putty that locks in eyeshadow for 12 hours of crease-proof wear. It's infused with squalane, known to moisturize throughout the day. Now, squalane is like an oil, right? Isn't that not good for like powders? Because oils break down powders. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into that. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Okay, so let's see how this works. And this retailed off of Ulta's website for $5, and these shadow palettes retailed for $3 each, which is pretty good. Now, if these are anything like the big palettes they have out now, if their formulas are the same, then I'll love them because I love the formula of that Ocean and Earth palette that I got last year. Like, that's one of my favorite palettes ever. All right, so I have the Cream and Sugar palette right here, Berry Bad, Hot Jalapeno, or Jalapeno, and the Carnival Candy palette. I have no idea what kind of eye look I'm gonna do today. It could be fun, it could be horrible, who knows? I think I'm gonna start with the Berry Bad right here, and this matte shade. Nice pigmentation. And let's do the Carnival Candy Go in with this one right here. Just gonna leave that on the outside over here. You know, maybe we'll just do a warm on this side and then greenish something on the other side. We'll do that. Maybe we'll go in. Pigmentation's really good so far. Kind of impressed. I mean, I'm not, because like I said, the pigmentation's just as good, it seems, as the ones in the bigger palettes. Now, the small, like thin, long palettes that they had out, like first, like their original palettes, I hated those. I hated them. I think I used like the ones that I first tried years ago. I think I did like an e.l.f. video. I think I used those palettes like 2 or 3 times and then like immediately put them in a drawer and never touched them again and was happy to be rid of them. I ended up giving them away and didn't think about them again. I hated them. I didn't know what people were talking about when they said they loved them. I had no clue. I'm gonna go back into this kind of warm shade right here. And I'm not gonna put anything wet down to try any of the metallics right now. I'm just gonna go right in and just see how they work on their own. Let's do this one right here, kind of in the middle, and then we'll use a lighter one towards the inner corner. All right, so this is the Berry Bad palette right here. Huh? Wow. Very nice. Huh? Wow. That's a $3 palette. And honestly, I expected these to be even smaller than they are. Like, that's not bad at all. So now let's do, this is the cream and sugar palette. Let's do this, a little bit of this, and then we'll end with this one. So let's do a tiny bit of this. And then we'll finish with the lightest one, the inner corner. And for this, of course, I have to do one of these puffs because I just have huge fingers. Really pretty, wow. All that worked perfectly. Okay, let's do a more like greenish cool look on the other side and hope I just don't make a muddy mess because I just do that. All right, let me prime this with this real quick and then we'll come back and start a different look over here. BRP. Here are both the eyes. I think the mattes, I think overall, all the shades worked great. The metallic blue was probably the hardest one to work with. It just wasn't as creamy as the rest of the metallics. And this one just was the most sheer of the metallics, I guess you could say. These two just didn't work well together, I guess, if I'm making sense. I guess you guys could probably see that I was having an issue with these two working together. Like they just didn't meld as well. Like when I was doing these two, it was no big deal. Like they just blended together as I was going from one to the other. These two, I just had a little bit of an issue going from one shade to the other. But overall, given what each palette cost me, I'm pretty happy with everything that I used. And I used every palette. All right, so let me go off camera and put my foundation on, and we'll come back and try these again. I've been like going back and watching a lot of Raw Beauty Christie's old videos. She's like one of the YouTubers that I still really like and still trust. Who is that for you? What big YouTuber do you still really trust? Now, I know she still does like sponsored videos and stuff like that, but I still put a lot of faith in her. Like, I still think that she's here for us and not just for a paycheck. You can't say that about a lot of big YouTubers. Now, I'm not looking for a ton of coverage. I'm looking for a little bit of brightness, maybe a tiny bit of coverage, but it's more so like brightness. You know what I want to do here? I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna put the camo concealer on this side and see which one I actually like better. I don't think I compared. And I think there was like a whole thing where like the color changes for one of them. I can't remember which one changes shade. So this is the regular camo concealer. And this side was the new one. This one doesn't bother me. I don't find it completely like drying or anything like that. Oh, actually I do see a bit more drying on this side. Okay, maybe I haven't used it in a few weeks. I definitely see it more drying on this side. Okay, good to know. So let's actually set them. Oh, shut me right up, jeez, okay. It's not horrific. This side just seems a bit dewier. Take my Ciate London. Now obviously it's not gonna be dewy now because I'm setting it. But if I don't set it, that's when all that heavy like creasing happens. Now I'm gonna go off camera and do some of my other stuff that I don't want to bore you guys with. We'll come back and we'll pick a lip shade and okay, so I'll be right back. All right, so we have a few lip tonics from Kaleidos. I think I'm gonna go with Infusion right here. It kind of reminds me of lip satins from that Millie Rose kit that I got from Trend Mood in that big box. Like, it's a little lighter than these. It's like Your Lips But Better kind of thing. And this, the one I was wearing is Infusion. So these I think are awesome. For $3, like, and again, these are way bigger than I thought they were going to be. Like, I thought these were gonna be super tiny for $3. And so far, I mean, this went on, the shadows went on top of this much better than I thought they were going to, because you know when you put them on top of concealer, it not necessarily is patchy, but it's kind of patchy. Like, it kind of goes on as if you're putting it on top of paint. Like, it goes on, concealer is very thick and it's very, like, the viscosity is very heavy. This kind of was like a putty. Like, it was very smooth and it was very, not necessarily silicone, but I can't even describe this. But for $5, I say give it a try. I don't know what the staying power is gonna be like because I literally just put it on, you know, half an hour ago. So far, like, I'm gonna zoom you in, it blended seamlessly. I didn't do anything more to it than what you guys saw, and I'm pretty impressed. I'm gonna continue to use this because that went on way better than I thought it was going to. I'm impressed. And I'm actually way happier with this than I thought I was last time I used it. I used it twice so far. The first 2 times I wasn't thrilled. I don't know why I didn't think I liked this. Maybe not necessarily that I thought I didn't like it, but I don't know, maybe I'm just being a dick. I don't know. But for some reason, I thought this was more hydrating than it was. But this is clearly more thinner and more satin than this one. I don't know why I was thinking this is more hydrating and like less heavy than it is. Okay, so shut me right up. This is a lighter formula, and maybe I just used too much the first few times I used it. Maybe that was it, I don't know. But I'll definitely use this more because it clearly is a much lighter formula and more satin formula than the regular camo. I don't know why I was thinking otherwise. Also, I found this at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, which I'm going to compare it to my Becca, which I use like every day, every time I wear makeup. It's the under eye brightening corrector. This is like a $20-something brightening corrector. It's made to be used on your, under your concealer. It brightens, it hydrates, it color corrects, but it's not like a bright yellow or orange red thing. It's very thin, you don't need much of it, and it kind of reminds me of this, and this was $2.99. I don't know if they still make this. I just found it, it was $2.99, and it has hyaluronic acid. I don't know exactly what's in this, but I want to compare them to see how they work, how they differ, if they do the same thing, if they feel the same. I'm gonna try it out to see. I don't know if you can buy this on e.l.f.'s website. I've never seen it anywhere. I'll look at Target and see if I see it, because it looks like it's part of their old like packaging, but I was intrigued, so I want to try it. But yeah, so far, nothing today that I used except the metallics of these two, which is a shame because I loved the look of this, and I still do, but again, nothing today I used was like, oh, it wasn't as good as I thought. Like, I'm pretty happy with the way everything came out today. So that was it. Have you tried any of these products? Let me know your thoughts below. Yeah, let me know. Wish me luck on my doctor's appointments coming up. Fingers crossed that if they do find something in my blood work, it's something that can be fixed, corrected, and that I'm not dying. I know I'm saying that in a very blasé way, but I'm actually pretty nervous, so just, fingers crossed. Pray to the higher power if that's what you believe in, or just send me really good thoughts because I would appreciate it. So that was it. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.